Hi everyone, Tina Killerin here. Thanks for joining me. So this week we're going to talk about personal and professional fulfillment. Not development, but fulfillment. Here's the thing. There's a lot of you in this world, me included, who go through the motions of everyday life. We don't necessarily make the hard choices and have things turn out the way that we hoped or that we had planned. So this topic might strike a chord with some of you in a negative or a bad way. And that's a good thing, because I want you to think really hard about what you're doing and what you're thinking and how you're going through your life, not just your day. So it's going to be hard, I get it, but we're going to get through this together. Okay. So here's my question. Are you living the life that you imagined? Now think back to when you were younger, when you were a child. Did you imagine your life the way that it is right now? No, you probably imagined some really big house, great marriage, great kids, and an unbelievable job that was unbelievably fulfilling. You traveled the world and you did a lot of things and you had money coming out your ass and it was great, right? That was the life that you imagined living. So let me ask you something. Do you have that awesome job that is unbelievably fulfilling and satisfying to you? Do you go home at the end of the day and say to yourself, great job. I did a great job today. Did you marry Prince Charming? And is he still Prince Charming? Do you have picture perfect kids who are well behaved, excellent grades, and non-whiners? That's probably what you imagined way back when. That might not be the actual life that you're living right now. You might have a job that you can't freaking stand. You might be working with people that you really don't like. You might not have a great marriage. And your kids, you might want to trade them in some days. Just get rid of them and get a new pair, right? I think that we've all kind of been there at certain points in our lives. And yes, you're going to have good days and bad days. I get that. But when you think of the overall picture, is your life the way that you imagined? And if it's not, why? Okay. So I want you to think about how you approach your life. Do you take the easy road? Do you just live your life the way that it comes at you without making any changes and just kind of dealing with the cards as they come to you? Do you live life that way? Or do you take charge of your life? If you're like most people, we don't take charge of our own lives. We just kind of go with the flow of things and we're constantly in reaction mode. You're just going through the motions of everyday life, right? So for those of you guys who know me, you know that I'm a huge Mel Robbins fan, right? I've been talking about Mel Robbins for the past couple of weeks now. Mel Robbins hates the four-letter word for the F word, four-letter word. F-I-N-E. She hates the word fine because oftentimes we say, I'm fine. A friend asks, how are you? You say, I'm fine. So are you really fine? Everything's great. Everything's fine. Or are you, it's fine. Most of us, it's fine because you're dealing with it, right? So Mel Robbins will say that if you're fine, you're accepting of your situation. Why are we accepting of our situation? Why isn't our life the way that we imagined it? It's because we're taking the easy road, okay? Let's go to Tony Robbins. I got a Robbins thing going on. Tony Robbins says to live your life with passion. I can't get there. I can't live that Tony Robbins life. He's a little too over the top for me. But here's the thing. If Tony Robbins' passionate life is all the way up here and I'm living my life down here, well, if I can get to here, that's a good thing. I don't have to live that Tony Robbins passionate life. If I could, that'd be great. But if I can't, that's okay. As long as I'm better than where I am. Because I believe that in all of us, we all have greatness within us. And I know that sounds really cliche, but it's not. Because we all have something instilled in all of us that leads us to greatness. So I want to tell you a little story. So right now, my Facebook news feed is loaded with mom and dads posting pictures of their kids in a play, in a musical, in a dance recital, color guard, whatever it is. Okay. And you can just tell from mom and dad's post that they are beaming with pride, absolutely beaming with pride for their children. You could literally, from the wording of their post, see the puffed up chest and the grin from ear to ear. They are absolutely thrilled with Sally's performance. Good job, Sally, good job. They're thrilled, right? But what happens? Come Monday, it's a short-lived, thrilled, prideful feeling. Because come Monday, you go back to the drudgery of your everyday life. Why can't we live every day with that feeling of passion, with that feeling of joy, with that feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction? Why can't we live our lives that way? We can. We can. But here's the thing. We have to make those hard decisions, and we have to make the choice to live our life that way. It's a hard decision, especially if we've trained our minds to just go through the motions. How many of us decide to sleep in a little bit later just because you're tired, so you're going to sleep in? You rush to get you and your kids out the door on time. You go to a job that you probably can't really stand, come home, start making dinner, hearing the kids complain about what you're making for dinner because that's not what they want. Let's see. And then you've got to clean up. You've got homework. You've got bath time. You've got bedtime. And then you get on the couch maybe 10 o'clock at night for a little bit of peace and quiet just to start that day and that rigmarole all over again. Why? So for the course of this week, we're going to dig a little bit deeper. We're going to inner reflect. We're going to think about our lives, and we're going to think about the things that we want to take charge of in our lives. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to change our lives and magically over a week we're going to have this fantastic life. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I want you to think about the one thing in your life that you do want to take charge of. Just one thing. We cannot tackle everything all at once. So I want you to pick one thing this week that we're going to work on together. Okay? And every day I'm going to come to you. I'm going to give you small steps, small tasks, whether it's to do weekly or to do daily. And we're going to take charge of our lives and create that life that we envision. And again, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard because a lot of us don't want to have to dig that deep and think that hard about our lives. Nobody really wants to think about, that sucks in my life. Nobody really wants to go there. I need you to go there. I need you to find that thing in your life that utterly sucks. And we're going to change that. We're going to take charge of that. We're going to create that fulfillment. We're going to create that passion. We're going to create that absolute satisfaction with that particular area of your life. That's what we're going to cover this week. And again, like I said, if I strike a chord with you and you feel negative about what I'm saying to you, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So do me a favor. Comment below if you want to share what's the one thing that you're going to work on this week with me, or send me a private message. Tell me, what's that thing that you're going to work on this week? Or if you think I'm totally out of my freaking mind because this is never going to work, tell me that too. Tell me that too. All right. So I look forward to talking to you about your personal and professional fulfillment over this entire week. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks.